And realized that the video was muted halfway through.
Wonder why I couldn't hear anything. I thought
I
it was
know, right?
my end.
And that's the usual watch along stream staple. The trailer being muted halfway through. So, welcome everybody to another episode.
Blame it on StreamYard having to mute
Yeah.
the thing not to have an echo.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
always blame StreamYard.
Yep.
We all agree on that. But yes, guys, it's another episode to watch along stream. As you can see, today we are watching along with Robocop 2, the first of the sequels that we've watched along with. We watched the first one like a month ago, I'm thinking. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
That seems about right.
Yeah.
A bit more
Maybe
than
a little
month
more.
ago, but yeah.
Jesus Christ. Passion always asking for links. I'm going to call him Passion for Links now.
Passion for links.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, so link. All right. And somebody talk before I send Passion the link.
So, guys, when's the first time you saw RoboCop 2?
There we go.
Sometime when I was a little kid.
Yeah, I had to have been.
On TV or in cinema?
Probably on TV.
Yeah, my dad rented it on VHS. I
And
remember
that's
going to Blockbuster at some point and renting both of them and sitting and watching them.
I remember I saw RoboCop 1 on TV, and I remember seeing the second one in theater.
Yeah.
I remember wanting to see the third one when it came out in theater, and my dad was like, I don't know if I'm going to take you to see it in the theater. And
Not happening.
I'm happy that he did that. That was a wise choice on his part, considering how bad that movie sucked.
I remember having the NES game.
Yeah.
I don't remember playing it. I do remember having it.
I remember having the toys too. I had the
Yeah.
RoboCop, and
There
I
we
had
go,
the big
Passion.
freaking robot, the big bad guy in the second one.
Yeah, he was actually pretty terrifying as a kid.
Mhm.
The RoboCop 2, which is that's the great thing about this movie, is that there's so much sarcasm just jam packed into this movie.
Speaking of sarcasm, it's about time I got a link.
There he is.
What's up?
What's up, man?
I was
Yeah,
gonna
thank
say,
you.
it also brings back to the fact that the first inspiration that started the entire RoboCop experiment in the movies was that they first started up trying to do a Dredd movie. They wanted to be doing Judge Dredd. So, like in the first one, like RoboCop is his own little beast, but in the second one, you do starting to have that type. The world is more like a Dredd-ish, like a 2000 AD type of world, and that's why I think that one's also a gem. The second one.
Yeah.
I think also RoboCop predicted exactly what Detroit was going to be like in 2020.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it did.
Hexus Hail Creeps.
What's up, man?
Hey, that's no way to talk to about Mark.
Oh, I was perfectly acceptable. I thought that was all right. Never mind. Apparently, I have some integrity. Somebody else is defending it, though.
RoboCop 2 was a unique movie with interesting points. Wrestling
Yeah, it
forever.
really is.
Hail,
Yeah.
brother. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
The original, do you guys ever hear the original script Miller had for it?
Yeah, it's adapted as a comic book. I have it.
Yeah.
It
Is it like
was-
ninjas and shit?
Yeah,
And all
it's
sorts of
dude,
crazy
it's
stuff.
fucking amazing.
It's really crazy, yeah.
And one of the best thing is that the artist that they got on it it's one Jose Rip. Dude, it's sick. Like if you haven't checked it, it's really worth checking out. It was published by Avatar back then, and it's the script adapted for a comic book, and it's really freaking amazing.
And it's they like took one look at it. Like I saw an interview when they took one look at it, they're like, no.
But what's her name? Lois? Is that it? Lois or something like that? The female
Lois.
cop. She actually has a way better role in the comic, in the original script, than in the movie.
Yeah. Well, that was Frank Miller, man. He was over the top. He was ridiculous. You know, it was
Still is.
high octane.
Well, he was a writer who liked to drink a lot too, Mark.
Yeah, yeah. What
Swoosh.
can I say? I'm trying to be like the greats.
So you know that you should go back grave robbers right now. It's quality.
It'll be great.
That's
Yeah,
right.
because
Links
I'm
in the chat,
always
links in the description. We'll be getting into all the nonsense as the movie goes along. Let me just say this next comment. Favorite scene was the arcade and Kids Run Wild told future
Yeah.
youth entertainment. There we go. Great point. All right, guys. Everybody's ready to cue it up.
Hold on a second. Yep.
Now, it's not the same director as the first film, which is sad because
Yeah.
he went on to do,
Starship Trooper.
Starship Troopers and a lot of other films where he liked to do commentary on things. And that's in my mind, that's what's missing in this one is that social commentary. Though I buy that for $1 and that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But they do
Yeah.
have the Viper.
Yeah.
Well, it was his. I think the social commentary in Showgirls was probably my favorite. Paul Verhoeven.
There's a lot of social commentary. Just
Oh yeah,
dig deep.
it's
No, but his-
saying something.
Yeah, but his other movies, though. I mean, he like Total Recall has that. Starship Troopers, obviously, and there's another movie that he did. I can't remember off the top of my head. Shit, what was the name of the one with Sharon Stone? I think that was him, right? Where she like uncrossed
Basic
and
Instinct?
recrossed him. Was that it? That's it. That's the
Yeah.
one. But I can't remember if he directed that or not.
I don't believe.
I don't think.
I thought he was the director on that. I might be wrong then. Never mind.
Might have. I know it's the same writer.
Oh, okay. That might be what it is. then.
Wrestling Forever says this director did The Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, cool. I did not realize that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he did. He did Starship Troopers, Total Recall, Basic Instinct, Showgirls, Black Book, L. They just get terrible as you go down. He
Yeah,
did
I've
Hollow
never seen
Man.
Black-
Hollow
Hollow
Man's
Man,
not.
Hollow Man was awesome.
Yeah, Hollow Man's not a
Hollow Man.
bad film.
I didn't realize that was Paul Verhoeven.
Dude, we need to
Yeah.
put that like I think it's the third time we bring it up. We need to put it on the list. Hollow Man.
That's actually not a bad idea. Put that and Lawnmower Man on the list. I've been
Yes.
sitting thinking about that ever since you said that, dude.
Yep.
Yeah,
Good
so
idea.
like we always do, Hex us the social commentary Showgirls was splashing around in a jacuzzi. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he's only done like 3 movies in 20 years.
But they're good ones, I guess. Showgirls, Ellie, and some of the other ones towards the end. But the first.
Yeah, but he
handful
did
were
direct
really good.
Basic Instinct.
Oh,
and
okay,
Showgirls.
good.
So he
I
directed
thought
both
that
of
I
them.
had read that someplace.
Or wait a minute, 31 credits. He did Diary of a Hooker.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, I must have missed that one.
Yeah, I missed that one too. Yeah.
All right, so
he
yeah,
did
any
some good flicks.
recommendations? Please feel free to drop them in the chat.
Oh, you're
We'll be
doing that
dropping the
now?
poll
Damn it.
earlier in the week. But yeah, let's get on with this movie.
Hold on. You're making me go put some things in the chat first.
What was it?
What was
What
it?
were
You
the-
said Hollow Man.
Hollow Man. That was it. That was the
Yeah.
other one.
What's the other one?
Lawnmower Man.
Lawnmower Man.
Yeah, let's do our Encino Man.
Encino
Yeah, just
Man.
two mans. Yeah.
What other man
man,
can we
yeah.
drop in there?
All man.
Like not great man movies. Can't do Spider Man or Dark
No.
Man. You already did Dark Man, so
Blank Man.
that has been on a poll before. I think we suggested it.
Oh man.
So yeah, guys, let's get on with the show.
Okay. So 3,
2,
1.
play.
I got a glass of water I'm drinking now.
I just watched this movie a few months ago. So see it again. I'm like, this movie ain't half bad.
Yeah, it's surprising. A lot of people kind of trash it, but I mean, I think
Next
it's
says, Johnny Mnemonic.
no. There you go.
Orion. Picture release.
Best car system.
Enjoy the people robbing.
Did
People
we ever watch the Gremlins?
Yeah,
No.
Gremlins is a good movie.
Yeah, that'd be a good one to watch.
Right around Christmas, yeah. Go with
Yeah.
Christmas movies that aren't actually Christmas movies.
Die Hard.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other one that I just saw that was shit? Oh, Batman Returns takes place around Christmas.
And
Yep.
Iron Man 3.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But we haven't watched any Iron Man.
Iron Man 3 is awful.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. That's because it's directed by the same guy who did Die Hard. Ed 209.
I like how they just pretend like that frying somebody in your car isn't gonna stink your car up. Like you're like, oh, somebody tried to steal my car. I guess I'm just gonna move the body and then drive away and not deal with like the horrible, horrible smell that now is stuck in my car forever.
Someone assassinates the Surgeon General.
Dude, it's still chaos.
It is.
Oh, that's what's her face. Wasn't she on like she was on like Entertainment Tonight and stuff, wasn't she?
Kane, the new cult leader.
A lot of guys named Kane,
Yes.
leading cults. There's a guy in Command and Conquer, I think, named Kane.
So
Yeah.
you need to look for a couple of cameos in this film too. Frank Miller is actually in this film.
Yep.
He plays a chemist,
Mm-hmm.
and
I'm surprised that
Kirshner's
didn't.
in the movie too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So Wrestling Forever says spokesman was veteran John Glover from Smallville.
Mm.
Yeah, he was. He was Lex Luthor's dad.
Hmm.
Yep.
I did not know that.
Yeah, like in the beginning, and then they killed him off.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds ridiculous. Hex says we had Gremlins spoken word version on vinyl. My nephew would bug me to reenact the movie along with the record over and over. Good memories.
Spoken word, was it like, "Come Gremlins, yeah, 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 snap, snap, snap"? Was it that kind of spoken word, or was it like,
Like slam poetry.
Says the chemist is incidentally called Frank.
There you go.
It's just like Frank self-inserting himself even in his movies.
Oh, damn.
Even Tom McFarlane did it in Spawn 2. He's in the alley.
Well, I
One
would.
of the bums.
Come on, we would all do that if our stuff
Yeah,
was
of
made
course.
into a movie. I'd be like, I'd write in my contract, you got to put me in somewhere.
Yep.
Everybody's got to do the Stan Lee.
Yep.
Yeah, but people did it before Stanley.
That is
Like-
kind of true, actually. I don't think
Yeah.
Stan Lee was ever.
Nope.
Was he in like any of the stuff in the 70s?
No.
No, even the king of cameo before Stan Lee was Kirby. He was in the Hulk series.
Huh. I didn't know that.
He was the sketch artist next to Bruce Banner.
I've always gotten upset that Stan Lee was in the Captain America movies.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
why
never
are you
really
in
to
this?
do
Why
with
are
it.
you in here, dude? You didn't create Captain America. Get the fuck
Nope.
out of here.
No, but they want. Yeah.
Nothing to do with Captain America.
It's Joe Simon and Jack Kirby.
That's what I want at my house. A wall of guns.
I'm cool with that. That'd be awesome.
Freaking bazooka.
Yep, sounds good right now.
A Stinger missile? That's 50 Desert Eagle. Those were relatively new at the time. So this movie came out in 1990, the same time as Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? I didn't know that.
Or no, well, wait a minute. Was it the same year?
Was it
1990.
RoboCop 3 that came out with? 'Cause I
Maybe
think
it was
RoboCop
RoboCop
3
No,
came out in
no.
93.
Jurassic Park came out in 93. Yeah.
92. That was 92. All right, this is the same summer that Goodfellas came out, The Hunt for Red October, Ghost, which was like a
Holy
big, huge hit.
shit.
Misery, Total Recall came out in the same year, which was kind of interesting. Same director, different movie. Home Alone came out that summer. Back to Future
That's another
3.
one we need to watch.
Die Hard 2 came out during that time. Godfather Part 3. Tremors.
Man, that's a hell of a year.
Gremlins 2 came out that year. Flatliners. The first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Arguably the pinnacle of American cinematography.
Have you guys watched Predator 2?
Yep.
Predator
Love it.
2 is surprisingly a solid movie, yeah.
Yep.
No, we haven't watched any of the Predator movies on here.
We didn't watch Predator?
Holy crap. Hey. Malin stole this. There's a movie called Graveyard Shift back in 1990 that came out.
Oh. Gonna have an issue with his movie deals if he ever gets one.
Oh, shit. You know, it came out in 1990? Captain America and Troll 2.
Troll
The real
2.
masterpieces, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So wrestling first, as it started with Alfred Hitchcock. There you go.
Yeah, he used to insert himself in a lot of those movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, I'm surprised
Texas,
this
you
never
think
happened.
That's what
with
you get for
Injectables.
Morgan the old lady. I gotta say, my lad, that Robocop 2 looks extra crisp right there.
Yeah, but there's a small difference between like a producer putting himself in a movie and a creator being put in a movie. No?
No, it's all self-insert. So.
Yeah.
Well, Shyamalan does it a lot. I know that.
Yeah.
Like he's been in every one of his movies.
It's a common thing, dude. Even Rodriguez, you see him in movies.
I think it's fine if you're like, what? Well, even Tarantino does it. I mean,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
in a lot of his flicks.
So I'm saying it's
But
a
he was an
common thing
actual
for directors.
actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was an actual actor first, so. But Clint Eastwood's not in every movie he does.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's. I can't think of a movie that he's directed that he's actually been in.
Unforgiven.
He directed Unforgiven?
Yeah, he won an Academy Award for it. Yes,
No shit.
he
I
directed
had
that.
no idea.
He directed. Was it El Camino? He directed that film.
Yeah. I didn't know he directed El Camino either.
Yeah. He
I knew he directed that
Outlaw,
one.
Outlaw Josie Wales. Directed that.
I knew he directed that Premonition movie or something like that, where people like had premonitions of like how they were gonna die or something like that. But,
Terminator ripoff part. There we go.
Yeah.
I'll be back. With that dude just got fisted. So he just locks him in the cold locker.
I'll come to get you creeps later.
How can you not like hear this big clanking? You know,
Thank you.
shong,
That's why they all.
shong.
Well, yeah, but that's why if they all have headsets and like listening to music. There's music blasting everywhere.
See, in the future of the past, drugs will look like Kool-Aid.
That redefines the entire saying of "Get off my cooler, motherfucker."
They always made these like future movies, and those years are past. Which movie would you guys say is like the most accurate, like predicted things the closest?
Demolition Man.
Well, that doesn't come
If
to
you
pass.
merged it with RoboCop.
That doesn't.
Like
come
if you
to
got
pass
rid of
yet.
all of like the robots and shit in RoboCop and just had the setting
Yeah.
and merged Demolition Man with it, that would be pretty accurate.
Yeah.
I'd probably go with Back to the Future 2.
Ah, yeah.
That's pretty accurate.
Sleepwalkers had not only a Stephen King cameo, but John Landis, Joe Dante, Clive Barker, and Toby Hooper.
Yeah, Stephen King's another guy that does that. I think
Well,
that he's been in everything too.
Like Creepshow, he was in the one where he like plays the
Yeah.
whole part. He's actually pretty good in it.
Yeah, he was like the gravedigger or something like that.
Yep.
Wasn't
Yep.
His best role is when he's coked up in Maximum Overdrive.
he?
He's so him and him and Amelia were freaking pounding lines.
Oh yeah. Well, he wrote the Thing, like he wrote it entirely on coke.
Yeah,
Like when people ask him about that, he says, "Yeah, I was just I was on coke for that entire book."
Yeah, it shows.
Yeah,
Get out
It
of
is
the car,
bizarre.
bitch. He's like, get out of my car. Why would you want to get? Like in the future, everybody drives 1988 Delta 88s.
He's got you there, Passion.
There are people in here. Should I let them out?
Nah.
Could be a trap.
Seems like she had a good hold on it, though.
Yeah.
So there's some cool videos online you can find where how they made that gun fully automatic.
Yeah.
And guys have replicated it. And
Here's the real gun.
yeah, that's I was in that like down the brat creep.
We can't have that. Nah, nah, nah. You didn't say the magic word.
His paint job
Dude.
on his metal in this movie isn't as good as the first one.
How many kids, dude, and how many of you guys too, was walking around imitating that freaking sound for a while?
What, the gun? Oh,
Oh, I used to
High
sit
school.
in front of. I used to sit and pretend I had a gun in my leg, and
Yeah.
what, you don't now?
not anymore.
It's the future. Everybody's supposed to have a gun in their leg. This dude creeping on this lady. What a creep.
Hey,
Imagine
he's the
She's
sitting
town,
and
married.
looking out.
It's okay.
he's the town hero. He just stopped at a bootleg Kool-Aid market. Shut that shit down real fast.
Hell yeah.
Now in the remake, the one parts I
Oh
do
yeah.
whoa.
Sorry.
One parts I do like is the part where they show him like out of the robot, like he's just a spine and a head, and that's
Right.
like
Yeah.
it. That's kind of cool. The rest
Kind
of
of
it's crap.
implied that he is like that in these movies, but they don't really go in depth into like which body parts exist. From what I understand, it's mostly like a gastrointestinal tract, his lungs, and a brain, and that's pretty much it. Maybe his heart, I think, to keep the blood going.
This plot is just like Spawn.
I guess it kind of is. Does have some Spawn. Well, I guess
Minus
Spawn.
all
pulled
the
from this.
demon stuff,
Oh, yeah.
You just take RoboCop and Ghost Rider and slap them together. And
That sounds like a genius idea to me. Wrestling Forever says in Maximum Overdrive, King plays the ATM guy insulted by the machine.
That's a good movie you guys should watch. The soundtrack's fantastic for that.
Yeah, that's true.
Which one?
Maximum Overdrive. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
that was
movie.
good. I like that one.
I'm on a highway to hell. You realize I'm made out of titanium, asshole? I just punched a hole through a freaking solid metal door. Don't piss me off.
I just used mathematics to arc a bullet at a 90-degree angle against a wall into a dude's head. What are you gonna do to me?
I like even in this movie.
Remember, you can't hurt anybody that works for the OCP.
That's true, unless they break the law.
Yeah,
Or they're fired.
even there they get fired.
Oh, right,
'Cause
he fired him at the end of the last one. Yeah, that's why.
Because even there, yeah.
Who was the scientist girl? I recognize her.
Don't remember.
Let me see. Look her up.
It's actually a pretty hard scene to
No,
watch.
I am Big Dick Murphy.
Maybe I'll do that.
Call me
like
Big Dick Murphy.
I'll do a future thing where he gets sent into the future and he becomes like a cyborg werewolf cowboy.
That's a great title.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go, man.
That's when I'll retire off of Gray Robbers.
It was done by ACDC. There you go. So yeah, now passing that you're retired, you have a lot more time for movies.
I watch a lot of movies while I'm drawing and I'm working here. I just don't watch this crap.
You got, I'm sorry we're not Liam's stream, but what you can do.
Well, I figured I'd hang out with my friends tonight, but they were busy, so I came here. I'm trying to find the scientist girl.
Passion for creeping again.
I'm just seeing who it is because I recognize her.
Right.
Like, did I fap to her already?
They did show her, man, when she was on the bed.
Wasn't that the girl that played it, Emmanuel?
I love that they kept the bullet hole. That's one thing that I always loved about,
in the head.
about those
Yeah,
movies. Yeah.
that's one of the things I always thought was cool. They kept the bullet head in the head.
Yeah.
There's a hole.
So fucked up that they just pulled his skin right across the metal and shit. Like, I don't even think his eyes are supposed to be real.
Yeah, there are. No, they're not. Probably not. But according to what we've seen, he does have the eyes in there with the brain connected to the brain.
Well, he has like that whole grid system and stuff like that that he
Yeah, that could be included to his brain connected to his eye.
yeah, but it would have to have like some sort of recording device or something like that in his head, because like you don't see any cameras, and when he takes his helmet off, he still has it. So like it heavily implies that like his eyes are fake.
No,
It's I don't know. I like to think that the only thing that's really real about him is his heart and his intestines, and they're just literally there to keep his brain alive.
and his.
I guess I don't like to think that. It's just that's how I always imagine RoboCop, I guess.
That's weird. The scientist woman who was in that scene, she's not listed at all on IMDb.
Huh.
It's odd.
That's what I'm saying. She's probably a porn star guy.
Probably, dude. I wouldn't doubt that.
Or she just disappeared. But if she would have played another movie, she would be. That's what's weird.
Or it was she got famous and she just didn't want this movie on her resume. That happens too.
That's what Stallone did. He did a porno or something like that before he
Yeah.
did Rocky.
And that's nowhere on his IMDb, let me tell you.
Passion was looking up and down for it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what's the name of that Sly Stallone?
The movie was called Sly. Hence the nickname.
He should
No,
be.
it's
That
called
should be his.
Rambo.
Yeah, that should be his last movie, right
Rambo.
before he dies. Like beginning doing a porno, end it with a porno.
So what I love about this movie, though, is that I mean, there's not a lot of subtext, politically and stuff like that, but like they show the government as being absolutely ineffectual and even slightly greedy, whereas corporations at the same time are greedy and horrible. So like neither side is given like this limelight, So it
So
doesn't
like what's happening now.
exactly. Well, but
Well,
you
you
don't
don't
see
see
that
that
in
in
movies.
You don't see
Exactly.
that in movies anymore. You don't see
Nope.
corporate greed anymore.
Nope.
Like when's the last time? It's been a while since they made like an anti-Wall Street flick. And even when they make them, they're very, very general.
Yeah, it's usually focused on like an individual, like with the Wolf of Wall Street. They focused on him as a person rather than,
We're coming out of the Reagan years, which was kind of a, that's when a lot of liberal ideas are like, we've been oppressed, and they started making movies against conservative ideas.
right.
The funniest things like we're oppressed, wearing stuff by the real oppressed, made by the real oppressed.
Yeah. Well, it's like anytime I talk to somebody who's like, talking about how, how great America is and, and how they, but the problem is that, we have too much corporate greed or anything like that. And that, we need
Corporate
socialism.
corruption.
Well, the thing is that, I always point at their shoes. I'm like, where were your shoes made? And, invariably it's like China. It's like, yeah, they have socialism there. That's what it produces is slaves who build that shit. And it's just, I don't know.
Yep.
I don't want to get too political talking about Robocop 2, but
Yeah, no, we don't need to do that.
But the Robocop 2 is a bit political. That's the thing.
this is easily the best scene in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like I love when the scientist gets shot in the arm and then it goes back to them in real life. He like holds it. Look at him there. He grabs
No.
it. Like, yep.
Fuck you.
This is so horrible. I'd rather kill myself.
And the lights.
Yeah. Yeah.
The face. They kind of emulate this scene in the remake
Mhm.
a little bit. Like all the, you ever notice in this movie too, like most of the CEOs and stuff walk around with their hands in front of their junk.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that was done on purpose.
Yep.
Wonder what they're trying to say there. That they're all the same.
Maybe they're stiff or
Reverse it for the hell of it. We used to walk with their hands always behind their back.
so that woman right there, she was a mud wrestler in UHF. She was one of the mud wrestlers.
Why am I not surprised?
Mud wrestling.
She kind of stopped doing movies. She was one of the dancers in at the strip club in Flashdance as well.
There you go.
And she stopped doing movies in the 90s.
A lot of actors from the 80s, 90s just stop.
Well, I mean,
I wish that some of them would do that now.
I think they're all stopping now. No one's making shit.
That's a fair
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
The only one left there are the cultists.
Yeah. Well, they're putting out that fucking James Bond movie with the strong woman of color.
Dude, they should
taking
have
over
the police. They should have the police defunding the police. Because this movie, like the first one and this one, is really about the militarization of the police too, and
Mhm.
Right.
that actually happens.
It's still happening every day, actually. I live in
Yeah.
a relatively small town, and I see them walking around with, shit that it seems like they don't really need. I think they have a SWAT van. It's like,
Yeah, now they're private. The police is privately owned. They're owned by the OCP.
That's what they're moving towards.
well, they've privatized prisons and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
But it was in the beginning. OCP already owned the police.
CP or OCP owns the cops.
What? Police officers do drugs? Never. That was always a common theme of 80s flicks too, with police and stuff was drugs.
Yeah, it kind of was. It was real though. I mean, cocaine was a hell of a problem in LA, and the cops were not really helping down there.
Oh, El Gargoyle's in the house.
What's up?
Hey, what's up, man?
Says, look at Escape from LA.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I love that movie.
If only that would happen, and there really would be a big one that separated LA from the rest of the continental United States.
Yeah, but no, remember
That's
when
not possible.
in Escape from LA when you go to California, I think, or Hollywood, when they go to and they're all the people like with their plastic surgery,
Oh yeah.
kidnapping people, trying to like patch themselves up, trying to.
The only part of it, man, that movie's so goofy when he like surfs into it.
Yeah.
Movie's so.
I didn't realize it the first time I watched it, but the plastic surgeon in that movie is actually Bruce Campbell.
Yep.
Hmm.
You
I
didn't know?
haven't seen it since it came out.
Yeah, I think I saw it when it came out, and I saw it once after, and I haven't really
I haven't
watched it
it
since.
since. The original's just so much better. But
Oh yeah.
Lee Van Cleef.
I'll watch anything with Kurt Russell in it. But yeah, Lee Van Cleef was fantastic in that movie.
I just like the idea of a little kid being a drug kingpin. That's such something Frank Miller would do.
It really is.
Like you can see, like this movie wasn't his original script, but you can definitely see a lot of his influences on
And
it.
yeah, but you
Yeah.
used to touch subject that people wouldn't, because it is a thing that they used to use to, and still to, to this day, dude, the gangs, they do use kids to sell drugs in schools.
Well,
Yeah.
to be the actual kingpin, to be the brains
Yeah.
behind the operation, I like that.
All those
Carlos
data.
But he's the right hand of the big boss. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Phil Diaz and Brendan Diaz would be upset about this arcade stuff.
All those data
They're
use-
banning everything and forcing you to be a vegan.
Yeah, that's Demolition Man coming to be true.
It's cool with the skeletons on the wall. That's kind of cool.
That does look pretty cool, yeah. All those Data East machines, though, that actually the RoboCop video games that were in the arcades were Data East.
That's cool.
She shoots a kid. Wow. See, look at that. See, Frank's got to throw in at least one. Oh, he isn't dead. Okay, I thought she shot him.
And good music too.
So, oh, bastard. Oh, fucker. So this is where the place looks like that Brandon and Phil. Oh, bad dudes. Yeah, I had those Walkman headphones. Yes. He weighs like a ton.
Yeah, that would be really
They
painful.
crush him.
Oh, those
You were
nuts are
bad
gone.
enough, dude.
Bad dudes, spy versus spy.
Man, it makes me miss being a kid. I used to love going to arcades and shit.
Good.
There's not one anywhere near around here. I got to go to Cincinnati to go to an arcade if I want to.
Yeah, the one Brandon and Phil work in, it's one of the biggest in the country.
They work in an arcade. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool place. I've been there. It's a buddy of mine, a good friend of mine. He lives literally down the street, so I've been there about 4 or 5 times.
No, that's pretty cool.
They have everything there. They own it started out as a little building, and he owns like the whole strip mall now. He owns another building. It's crazy. But the whole
cool
area
as hell.
looks like Detroit.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. They didn't have to dress this place up. It's going to cost us a lot of money to make Detroit look worse. No. Just trust us.
If anything, we might have to clean this up.
It's that bad.
Detroit,
man.
it's a war zone.
It's not a war zone. It's just a lot of abandoned. Everybody's left. It's really odd. You go there and you go down to downtown. You go towards the city, and you're on the highway, and everything looks like a nuke went off, except for the GM building right in the middle.
Yep.
It just looks weird.
There are actually entire neighborhoods where they've totally removed almost all of the homes and stuff. They're actually trying to do this thing called like urban gardening or urban farming, where they remove all of the houses from a block and then try to take them and like turn them into like farm plots and stuff like that. It's bizarre. Like the Detroit is essentially dead. Like it's a dying city with the exception of like a very small chunk and like the GM plant, like he said. It's
It's not even the GM plant. It's the GM building. It's not even a plant.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Ooh, car exploded.
I don't think anyone survived.
Yeah.
You think?
This is the second time they've done this car blow up bit, but Robocop wasn't in it. Like they did that at the beginning of the movie.
No,
and
and
now
the other
they
one,
just
he
did
was in
again.
it. In the beginning,
Oh, he was in
it.
that? Oh, I
Yeah, he
didn't
comes
realize
out.
he was in it.
He comes out.
Like how
Must
none of
not
his
have been
skin gets burnt in that either.
That's why they set you up thinking that he's gonna be in it, like he doesn't give a fuck, but no, he's not. But that's one of the things that I think is weird because in the other movie, like he comes in and you see he scans the entire fucking place. He spots them all. Now he doesn't see no one, doesn't hear no one.
Yeah, this scene's kind of replicated in the remake, where he goes into this warehouse and
Seems like they pulled a lot from Robocop 2 rather than Robocop 1. Like the whole thing with the wife and shit.
Elvis.
This freaked me out as a kid. Like this, I don't know why, but this scene always freaked me out. Like the idea that they would have Elvis's corpse in like a glass case.
That seems like just a Frank Miller thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Just to show you how rich they could be or how fucked up they are.
Like, what can we think of that's just weird? Oh, okay.
I think he's got like a thing for Elvis too in general.
And he has a
Like-
picture of Mother Teresa and Oliver North. It's weird. What is, you know,
He uses them as symbols a lot, like in Sin City when what's his name is getting pulled out of the lava pit
Yeah,
by he says you're Jesus, you're Mother Teresa, you're Elvis.
yeah. That's Frank Miller right there.
Seems to really like them as icons. I don't know what that is, but
A lot of whiskey, brother.
mm-hmm.
Back when bald people could. Is that Aaron Calamari? It's about time someone used some real weapons on Robocop. Mm. He had something. He had something to do with religion. He always did. Frank Miller did, especially since
And it's kind of interesting the contrast too, because RoboCop is played out to be like a Jesus figure in the first one, and now we have like the Antichrist kind of character who is comparing himself to Jesus, but he's like this false god, while at the same time becoming quote unquote RoboCop to himself.
You know what? This is a lot of setup for this to happen exactly in the spot that they wanted all this to happen. And I'm just saying, a magnet, a crane arm, a shotgun, like
See him like walking through. All right, we'll confuse him with the Elvis corpse, and then he'll like keep walking down this corridor. I'll have the gun set up, and you sit on the gun, kid.
man, this is like a scene in Grave Robbers. Now funding on.
There you go.
Yes, link is in the chat and also in the description. Go help
There
an
may
old
also
retired
be-
artist in passion.
You will see a scene somewhat similar to this. Would you
There
say
may include
May.
a limb loss.
Yeah,
May.
multiples.
I'm not gonna confirm or deny anything, but
Going through titanium is quite easy. You just need a diamond bit drill.
yeah.
Titanium's the hardest metal. It's not the hardest substance on Earth.
Well, when you increase hardness, you also increase the
Brittle.
brittleness. Yeah.
That's pretty bad, actually. That doesn't look good. He's getting jacked off.
Like, it's not working. Check them off some more.
They couldn't get him with the chisel
Yeah,
and
see
shit,
there.
but they can use an abrasive saw.
I mean, all you got to do is like find his power supply, and he's dead.
Yeah.
Passion, why are you bringing logic to a RoboCop movie?
Well, I'm just saying.
Jesus Christ, I can just imagine the script you're writing, and Passion's like, why does this happen when this could happen? It's a fucking comic book, Passion.
I like how it's a whole group of cops and shit like that, and the guy just drives away. Not one of them wrote down the license plate number.
Oh, hey, that blonde guy. That blonde guy was the head of the rapists in Shawshank Redemption.
Oh shit! Yeah, I think you're right. It's a
Yeah,
link.
like her with the coat. I recognize her. I just can't place her.
Let's see, I think on my phone. I don't know why I'm checking on my phone, but sitting here on my computer, I could just do that. But for some reason, I'm on my phone.
I tried looking her up. That's some pretty good animatronics there. That
Yeah,
still
especially for the
looks
time.
good. Yeah, 30 years later, it still looks good. derp, derp. Like that's totally, animatronic. It looks really
It
good.
looks fantastic. It really does. I wish they did more shit like that. Now.
I
Just
wish I
do a
had that in
little
my
bit of
house.
CGI.
I wish I had that in my house. Just come in. Hey, how's it going, Passion?
It just makes that twitching faces. Hey, how are you?
I forgot. What did they do to this guy?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, see the one that. Okay.
Well, that's the fat cop. Huh?
Yep. Yeah, he gets open to life.
Yeah, no good deed goes unpunished. Huh?
Wasn't that bald guy also in um, Cobra? Have you guys watched Cobra?
Yeah, I
I don't think
know if
I've
we
seen
watched it
Cobra.
here, but I've seen it.
No, we haven't watched Cobra.
No.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Canon Films.
Yeah, we watched Expendables and Judge Dredd. I think the only Stallone movies we watched.
You didn't watch it? You didn't watch his porno?
No Passion.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, you can feel free to request that put it on the poll for next week, but I'll make sure to just this is Passion for Drawing's contribution to.
get an asterisk.
Doesn't he look scared?
What? Why would that kid look
Looking at him
away? Why would he look away? He tried choking a cop.
That's actually a pretty good point. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's not the same thing. Seeing somebody getting open, his rib cage open.
Yeah, that's
That's not the same
taking
thing.
it to another level there.
And the way the kids acted throughout the whole movie, it seems like he'd be the type to be like, yeah, more.
Yeah, until he sees it. That's the thing.
Yeah, true.
It's
Mm.
not everybody. That's that's
He
the
shoo-
that's
shoots
the
a
thing with the
police-
character.
He shoots Robocop in the head.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
nothing happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's just that 80s trope that kids play too much violent video games and drugs and
Yes. This kid was clearly playing too much Atari,
Fortnite.
and
too much frosted denim in this flick too. An old dude has like the easiest role. He just gets to sit around for the whole flick. See, Frank Miller can't help but put Japanese stuff in the film.
That's true. Seems like a waste of space. I feel like it's just. I know it's supposed to be extravagant, but it just feels like just on, a guy who's obsessed with money would be like, let's maybe not have an entire space in my building dedicated to like a what's it called? What are those called? The Zen Gardens,
Gardens,
and and a hot tub. I feel like it's just. I don't know if it were me. I guess I'd probably want to utilize the space differently. I don't know.
This is the third Peter Weller movie you guys have watched?
Yeah.
Yep.
What other movie was there? No, there's Robocop 1. This is
Buckaroo
2.
Banzai.
Oh, right. Yeah, Buckaroo Banzai. Yeah.
God, that
Even
still
the
looks
teeth
good.
look
Look how close up they are too. Looks good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you think that was an Ensign or a Winston House thing?
There's definitely someone pretty high up. It probably didn't do the Stan Winston, because Stan Winston did the first movie, right?
I think so, yeah. He's off warranty.
I think we should have more diversity in our company. I think we should have.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want to make a more family
she's the head of
friendly.
HR. You know she's the head of HR.
Yeah, she was. That's the thing.
We could use some more disabled people on our board. Who wants to volunteer?
It's like I love 80s movies too, with like a lot of the women in it, you could just tell they're all coked up. Like I see, look at her. She's like she's all coked up. Like is this the Matrix?
Yeah, man. You guys excited for the fourth one?
For the what?
Oh,
For the
God.
fourth one.
To this day I have not seen the third one or walked out of the second one.
They're gonna
For
chop
what?
off Neo's dick and make him Nieta.
Oh, Matrix?
That's what I heard. They're gonna make it a female. Like it's gonna get swung over to a woman.
Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Like
They're obsessed
Neo gets.
with
He was a
gender
woman all
transfer.
along.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna make him into. That's what I heard. They've actually talked about it. Like transform Neo into a woman. It's like. What they did with this scene, like they literally just took some wires and stuck them in his helmet. Can you believe the guy who did Empire Strikes Back did this film?
It's a pretty stark contrast, yeah.
I don't know. If you look in the background, it looks like the same computer on the ship. On the battle cruisers.
Well, I think it just proves like you got to have a good budget and a good production company behind your film. You know. Yeah, the interviews I saw, Peter Weller did not want to do this film.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I knew he didn't want to do the third one.
No, he did not want to do it, but he was contractually obligated. We actually shot this scene before the other.
But Peter Rover. Bet Peter Weller does a really good robot.
Yeah.
You know, he has like a master's degree in history, like
Yep.
Greek history and stuff. Dude's like a professor.
No shit. That's pretty. That is. I would not have guessed that.
He's actually Buckaroo Banzai.
Yeah, it is. He quit acting for like most of the 90s to teach.
Yep.
I love this scene. This is the most Frank Miller scene in the entire movie, I think.
Yeah, very.
These kids running in, stealing shit, emptying out cash registers, beating up dudes.
The size of those Walkmen.
Yeah.
You want a good laugh? Like, go on YouTube and find videos of he just pulled out a gun, starts shooting at the cops.
Everybody split. It's Robocop.
But you want a good laugh? Go online and YouTube and look up videos where like kids these days try to use equipment from like the 80s and the 70s, like a Walkman and stuff, trying to figure out how it works. Like even the little like kids can't figure out how a telephone works. It's great stuff.
To be fair, I can't. I have no idea how to use like a record player. I have no idea how to do that.
I think you could figure it out. Nice. Baseball practice is canceled.
Yeah. Hey, there's Chris.
Chris Evans?
Yep.
What's up?
Hell,
Hey, Chris. I mean, they really shot this movie in Detroit. No, they're not going to shoot kids.
Robocop Portland edition.
I see the future that's sexual harassment, Robocop. You're going to jail. You're canceled, brother.
Well, cops
Also-
in go ahead.
Was it Terminator 4, the one that's in the future? And the
Salvation.
guy, yeah. That character from I read was originally going to be Robocop. So they were going to have him, and in the movie they allude to it because he's like a cyborg, from the past, and they use that technology to help make the Terminators in the future. That was the premise of the video game Robocop versus Terminator, which is a fantastic game.
It's a fantastic comic book
Yeah.
series. There's a 4-parter. I actually have the 2 toys that they made for that, and they're pretty awesome. I've got the comics too.
But they couldn't get it straightened out with the RoboCop stuff. They couldn't
Man, I
get
would
them
have
to do
paid
the
real money. My ass would have been in that seat the day that came out if they would have made a RoboCop Terminator movie.
kick me. That's hilarious. So there's a GM building in the background.
Dude's never gonna smoke again, but he's gonna need a new change of pants.
Jesus, look at all those
Don't run through
directives.
puddles.
That's how we're all going to be programmed one day.
Yep,
Yeah,
it's already happening.
Yep.
they're working on it, man.
They'll give you the directives after,
They'll give you the Build Back Better list of.
after the Great Reset begins.
Yeah.
Well, when they don't get their way with that, that's their next thing. Start programming people.
Mm-hmm.
Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. He's so lucky that doesn't fire his brain, right? Like the
Yeah.
entire fucking body's a conductor. Like the only
Yeah.
thing is like the brain should be totally fucking fried, dude. Or the heart.
I just love that he had the willpower, like Alex Murphy, his brain.
Yeah.
You know, he had that kind of willpower to override all of the directives and shit like that, and force himself to grab that. Like he could have died, or it could have
Yep.
reset it, but he had the willpower to say "fuck this" and just grab that shit.
Yeah, there he is on the left, Mr. Head of the Rapists.
Yeah.
Left.
Head of the what?
In Shawshank Redemption, he's the mothers or whatever they're called in that movie, where they corner what's his face in the laundry room.
Andy.
Andy.
How did we convince Passion to come on, Chris? He was begging for the link.
No, they were begging me to come on, and then they didn't send me a link. Trying to make it look like I begged to come on here.
Passion for lying, just.
Well, I mean, it's just. Wow, that dude's tall.
There he is.
Look at everybody. That dude's tall. Look at everybody behind him. Oh yeah, this is all the whiskey I'm going to drink while I'm drawing Sin City.
That dude is nuts, but I love him. He and Roy Thomas are my 2 favorite writers of all time.
Well, he's an artist first, but yeah.
That is
Yep.
true. That is true. Made in
That dude-
America. Jesus. Yeah, that's about it now.
He looks so terrible now too, man. You look at him now. All the
Yeah, he
drugs
looks like
and alcohol, man.
So gaunt now. Yeah. I saw him a couple of years ago. He was looking like he was gonna die. He was on crutches and shit. He's gotten better since, but he still looks pretty rough.
Like, I think he said the Batman, Dark Knight Returns thing he did, the second one. He was completely drunk through the entire thing when he drew it.
That explains so much.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
he was inebriated through the whole thing. A lot of the stuff he did at Spawn and stuff, he said he was drunk the whole time.
Wow.
I saw him at a comic book convention in Chicago one day, and he took over the microphone at the entire center at the comic book convention, and he just started ranting about how the comic industry sucks.
That was a
was
great
great.
scene right there, that shot. But yeah, that's well, that's the thing. It's like I'm shocked that he's not more
Oh,
I
they
mean, the
shut him
dude's a
down, that's why.
contrarian. Do what, Sam?
They shut him down. That's why.
I miss squibs in movies. They don't use them anymore.
Did you read the last Dark Knight, the Master Race one?
I read some of it, but I didn't finish it.
That Superman was pretty horrible.
Yeah, I wasn't. Some of his newer stuff I really haven't been able to. I haven't really been able to get too into. I know that he did that Batman versus Al Qaeda thing.
Yeah.
And that was,
But that's what got him in trouble. He got canceled for a while, then he came back.
I wonder if that's why he hasn't really, hopped on the industry's dying and, well, I guess the Comicsgate train because he wants to still.
Well,
work
he's
in
been
comics.
like that. He's said the industry's been dead for like 30 years. He just doesn't care. I don't think. He's like, you want to pay me a check? Sure. He just doesn't give a shit. Like, he got to shoot that gun for real. Look at that.
There you go. That's a fold-up gun too.
It's just an Uzi.
Baby's first automatic.
That's the first futuristic car in this whole movie.
The truck.
Yeah, it looks kind of futuristic.
Yeah, you're right.
When this movie came out, those Ford Tauruses look like, oh my god, it's the future. This is actually Frank Miller's cocaine place. He let him use it for the movie.
They just caught him while he was in the middle of doing a line.
Oh, Frank's dead. I like his talent.
He dies in Sin City too.
What cameos is he? I know he dies in Sin City. He dies in this. I don't know what other cameos he's been in.
Shadow. He directed The Shadow, didn't he?
No, not the Shadow, the Spirit.
The Spirit. Yeah, that movie's
Yeah.
terrible.
God, that movie is one of the worst
Yeah.
things I've ever seen.
He was drunk.
I
doing
wanted
that
to like
too.
that. I wanted to like that so bad. I went into that with high expectations, and I just
Yeah, when it went low expectations, and I still was disappointed. It's almost as bad as the Hellboy remake.
How many comic book writers or
started
artists?
seeing that.
How many comic book artists or writers went into Hollywood and made a successful career out of it?
Jeff Johns.
Do you really call that successful?
No,
Hey, I'm not saying. I'm saying he hasn't crashed and burned yet.
I'm talking about makes a big blockbuster movie or starts directing great
Oh.
flicks or because we got actors go in and do you got your Clint Eastwoods and
Sure.
stuff like that, but they're already in the industry. Michael
There's-
Crichton was a pretty good director actually,
yes.
and he also wrote great books and
Jeez, I don't know.
I mean, I can't even think of a comic book writer who wrote the screenplay for their shit that became a huge hit. Anybody in the audience? Anybody in the chat? Think of somebody? I'm not thinking of.
No.
Robocop on a motorcycle. He's got to stand up because his legs won't bend.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, there we go. They got him sit down.
Well, there's J. Michael Straczynski.
Yeah, the one. Yeah,
Hmm,
but he
yeah.
started at TV before going to comics.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I don't think
back.
he's done any
Oh, did
movies.
he?
Yep,
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he's just TV, right?
he was
Yeah.
TV.
Babylon 5.
yeah. Which was just Deep Space Nine ripoff.
Yeah.
Because he literally wrote episodes of Deep Space Nine before he did. Oh, got
Other
the
than
flip.
that, I can't think of anybody that's actually got into the industry successfully.
Could it be because they're hacks?
Yeah.
No, no, it's
Yeah.
different medium, different
Yeah.
things. You know, guys. I
Well-
mean, if you're a great writer, you can write and create anything, and then the artist just has to draw it. You can't go to Hollywood if
You
you're
know
a
what?
great big epic.
Yeah, because
They're
Hollywood
going
is
to
a
give you
billion
500
people.
million, and even if they buy your script, by the time they're done with it, they'll cut it in half, and it's half the movie you wanted it to be.
Yes.
I got to take it back, guys, because we got Stan Lee.
Fuck you.
Stan Lee didn't do shit.
Look, man, he took all the credit, and that's why we pay homage to him.
That's what we got to do, man. We just got to take credit, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah. So once you know,
Interviews.
the hard line becomes very
I
successful.
refer
and
you guys
all,
to
all
my.
the movies are made.
I refer you guys to my previous statement.
I love that Surgeon General's warning. Make skin cancer. The whole point of putting on sunscreen is to prevent skin cancer.
It's like the depression. It's like the depression medicine that causes you thoughts of suicide. So
Is that how She-Hulk was created?
That shit always cracks me up.
She-Hulk was created that way, Ace. Or was it the thoughts of suicide that created She-Hulk? Look at that big old recorder now. Just think about, look at that. That's 1990, right? And
Yeah.
like, just think that like we have that in our phone. You just hit a little button now.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Back then, she'd have to sneak that in her pussy and it'd just be.
Okay. This is Brandon Cooper, the early years.
Fuck
Little
Kane.
bastard needs an ass whooping.
Kid's not a fan of Big Daddy Kane.
I'll also say women's hair care products have come a long way too. Look at the frizz on that.
Yeah, but you know, airspray was a big thing back then.
Look at the size of those earrings. That's a Frank Miller design. That woman was designed head to toe by Frank Miller.
Yeah, because she looks like what's her face from Sin City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody
What
should
was
read the comic book or read the script or whatever the original Frank Miller. It was so crazy. I don't think it could be filmed.
And it's totally worth it. Yeah.
I don't think it, like at the time too, there was no way. I like how this whole plot and everything somehow gets into the other robot. I don't
And
know how that leads.
And another thing is if you get the big.
What does this have to do with that? You know,
If you buy the Robocop omnibus, the Frank Miller omnibus, it also comes with a comic book adaptation of the script for Robocop 3. It's not as good, but
It's probably better than the movie, though.
yep, it is way better.
oh yeah, if they somehow be able to go with Frank Miller's script, it would have been the craziest movie ever. It would have been a huge flop, but
It would have been a cult movie, though.
yeah, I
It would
think
have
so.
been. It would have definitely been a cult movie. Yeah. It's so bizarre and out there. Like I don't know. He's just. I would love to see an actual adaptation, of The Dark Knight Returns. There'd be no way that they could actually pull it off, especially with the feminazi that they have in it.
No, but they did
But,
it in an animated movie.
Yeah, but that's when
That was
like,
actually. Do
he
I?
has sex with Barbara Gordon. It's so stupid.
No, that was Killing Joke, right?
He's a
the
killing.
Killing
Oh, killing. That's right.
Yeah.
No, the
'Cause
the last good
Killing-
one was the Dark Knight Return, dude. They actually
Yeah.
stayed to it, except they took out the the heart attack, the heart problem in the alley when he
Right.
gets cornered by the how they call them again, the
And
crazy
they
guys.
took out a lot of the like narration by Batman in it. You're
Yeah,
right.
that
Yeah,
too.
that's true too. They did pull that out. But they were pretty faithful to it, more or less with Killing Joke.
Who's doing the cock ring? What's this one?
The the cat,
The cat. Is that
the
Beacon's
pussy,
cat?
the pussy.
Is that
Yeah,
Beacon's cat? Oh man, that sound, man, hurts my feelings every freaking time I see it in a movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Yeah.
God! That drill sound.
I like this sound though.
Like a grapefruit. Yeah, I don't think they really use too many forceps in brain surgery.
Yeah, when you think about it, yeah, that actually might not work very well. I never noticed that.
Let me tell you about a man named Jed. Got put in a jar. It was just part of his head.
Is this the
Then
villain
a bubbling crew.
See,
from Doctor Who?
Yeah. And now he's in a jar of bubbling crew. Oh, that's awesome.
Why did they cut
I
the
forgot
head
about
off?
that part. It's just his head.
yeah, it's fucking cool, dude.
See there, we just pull. Like, how is that even possible, though? To surgically. So they wouldn't have had to have taken the brain and the eyes and just slid it out like
Yep.
you're taking it, a sword out of a sheath. I don't think it works that way, but
More like a turtle out of his shell.
Help save the Motor City. And because, people in Detroit
No
want
one-
to see a dude fiddling.
and no wonder why Detroit's all fucked up.
Yep, I would have been like, no, thank you, thumbs down.
I would have went out and bought more drugs
Yeah.
if I saw this.
No, this
Well,
is-
I think that guy might actually be on drugs.
Yeah, this guy is on all the drugs.
I wonder if that was scripted or not for him to break the violin.
Damn, that's a nice outfit.
I think it's the same suit that the mayor's wearing.
I'll be back in a few minutes, guys.
Cool.
So yeah, guys,
1 hour and 14 minutes
there you go.
and
There you go.
12 seconds.
So let's take some time here and talk a little bit about what's going on with you guys. Sim, man, how's everything going on Tales from the Netverse?
Tales from the Netverse, everything's going fine. Mr. Beacon had a little issue with his tablet. Everything's fine now.
Mhm.
So, as soon as the colors come in, we're going to print. So, I'm just waiting for
Awesome.
colors to come in and working on number
Yep.
2 and working on Inkslayer.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah, so link is in the description if you want to check out Sim's great new project, introducing you to a whole new world called Tales from the Netverse.
Yep, introducing you to the most badass intergalactic man of action
There you go.
and friends.
Beacon, what's going on with you, brother? 7 Legions, still shipping on demand?
Yep, still shipping on demand. While I waited for the part to come from my tablet, or for the cord to come from my tablet, I had a chance to work on a script for Inkslayer.
Yeah, it's gonna be
that's-
great, dude. It's gonna
Yeah.
fucking be sweet.
Yeah, it's the story of the dwarf Yogar Olsted as he returns to his home world after years of service. But his ship gets knocked out of the sky and he has to survive with the rest of the civilians on the ship. To yeah, and then I'm also got a chance to work on a little bit of the script for a audio drama series that I'm going to be doing between now and the next campaign. So yeah.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. So yeah, are you still giving away that Grave Robbers piece with the next
Yep.
backer?
Yeah, next backer to back 7 Legions gets that piece I was working on Doodle and Chill.
Yeah, man, came out sick.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, guys, go back 7 Legions. Link is in the description along with everybody else's.
Do you want to show?
Pash,
Do you want me to show a sample of that the Mona thing I was showing earlier?
yeah, go ahead. There you go. Little teaser for something very, very cool
The Mona coming to Inkslayer.
coming your way.
Oh, back to the movie.
And Mark, Grave Robbers, tell us a little something about your new project just launched Friday.
Yeah. Basically, it's three bounty hunters. Each one with supernatural powers, hunting down a psychotic killer who's been taking body parts off of the people he kills. And they followed the trail to a small mining town on the edge of the Arizona territory in the Old West. And they get there and realize that there's a hell of a lot more going on in that town. And they're there for the bounty, but they might be trying to leave with their lives instead. So, go ahead and back Grave Robbers. It's on Indiegogo right now. We're getting closer and closer to that 1/3 funded mark. So let's try to hit that as soon as we can. And just want to say thank you to everybody that's backed already. So it's been awesome just the past couple of days doing this campaign. You can follow me on Twitter at Mark Makes Comics with an X, and you can check out my Redbubble account. It's called MF Comics, and you can get some posters and graveyard merchandise there.
Yeah, definitely. Grab some sweet merch. All the links are in the description. You can go check it out. I'm dropping some in the chat just in case. We do get some nice repeat views on the watch along stream, which is nice. Thank you to everybody who subbed. I think I'm at 112 right now, so thank you guys. We will do that 100 subs giveaway, but it probably won't be till January because there's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now. But we'll get something cool out to you when we finally do them. And most importantly, please sign up for the Ace mailing list. You get a very badass Artsider trading card designed by Sim. If you back the book and sign up, it's really easy. It's free. It ships right to you with your package, and it's a complete exclusive. It'll never be reprinted. It'll never be given out again. You'll be getting a very unique piece of art. Thank you to everybody who signed up. Please get ready. Save up your money in January, late January. Everything is on track. We are launching.
Don't forget to go confirm it too.
Yes, always double check. It doesn't hurt. I've checked out a couple campaigns that I thought I was signed up for the mailing list, and I hadn't been. So it doesn't hurt to double check, guys. Yes, and since Passion's muted, we can also talk about Doom Fate, which is close to being finished and shipping out in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, go and support an old artist heading into retirement. He's done for good. He had a good run. He's going out in style. So go back Doom Fate.
I wouldn't be saying what the hell is that. I think I'd just fucking run.
No, you have to take your time pondering what just happened. That was completely unnecessary to shoot out the lights. Even, you know, with not too much lighting, you can still see a giant machine-toting robot.
With lights on it.
Yes, not the best way to hide your appearance, but how does the fat guy get away? Oh, he did it.
No.
Oh wait, he's still kicking.
Oh, nope.
Ah, yeah.
Wonder if Nika ever made like a Robocop 2 figure. I'm looking that up.
Yeah, find out.
Let me go see something.
So yeah, well, we have some more time. Let me
The
just say
RoboCop here. Yep.
that tomorrow night you'll have most of this crew on the Hardline stream on Zay Comics around 10 p.m. Eastern. We'll be hanging out, talking about food topics, Egypt news. I'll be showing the exclusive pencil and inks for the Ace cover by Donald DeLay. Come hang out with us. It's going to be a fun night.
That's what I'm I'm checking because I don't remember the kid being a thing in the comic, so I'm just making sure. Like in the original script, the kid's not a thing.
He might have added that in after edits and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Like after they were editing the script and changing
Yeah, but
stuff
he's not
around.
that's one of the things that Frank Miller was really pissed about is that they changed a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they usually do. That's Hollywood.
And Lois is fucking badass in the comic, but in the original script.
Holy shit.
No,
The RoboCop 2 figure is like it's almost $200 on eBay.
How is it?
It looks pretty cool. There's just the one picture though.
Yeah, you gotta
I
get
can't
like
find it
multiple.
anywhere else.
I had 2 copies of it and they break easily, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's
It
all
has
damage.
one
The hip
star on
bone, the hip bone
Walmart.com.
is very fragile.
That's
Like
the
the
worst.
hip joint
Oh yeah.
and the leg.
Yeah, if you're gonna pay that much money, it better be high quality.
Yeah.
It's Try to take out
So
this
it
little
depends
bastard
which
kid.
one it is. Me, the one I had was the Tom McFarlane one. Or the other company the name was.
I found a model kit that's like almost $1,000.
Oh shit.
So I'm gonna pass on that one.
I'm back. What happened?
They just killed everybody. The kid's dead, and
I don't think the
the
kid's
one
dead.
black
He's-
guy surviving got away.
Why did they have to do a matte painting for how shitty Detroit looks? You don't
because they
really
wanted
need
it to look good.
It probably looked too shitty. Oh, that looks too,
Yeah.
that looks too shitty.
No one's gonna
We'll
believe this
tighten
looks
it up.
bombed out this bad.
I like how the you
Robocop,
notice how the
you're right on time.
you guys are hiding out at the same factory as earlier in the film. I never could have predicted.
Yeah, man. 80s love factories. Broken down factories. That's the number one hideout.
I gotta get a factory.
It's like you never watch a '90s movie.
I gotta get a factory. Like a cat looking out the window. I should buy a factory.
Yeah.
See, it's even got the same hook. If it has the same magnet thing, I'm gonna Elvis.
What happened here?
No one took the money. He's like, I can buy a lot of oil with that.
Especially that he's fueled by nuke, whatever they call it. He's fueled by that fucking drug.
It's like, kid, you need an ass whooping. But that goes against my programming.
It's Directive 397. It's the one thing that that the electricity.
Like, no giving an ass whooping to annoying ass criminal children. They're like, God damn it. And they got one for everything.
Yeah.
A rule for everything.
You should just pick up a bunch of bills and start, like, making it rain on them. Here you go, motherfucker.
Is this where all the
Make it rain.
Make it. Yeah.
It looks like real money, too.
There was one where a $100 bill had pulled up a little bit, and all of the bills under it were all just plain white sheets.
Yeah.
They did a pretty good job, but man.
The coroner's wearing a members only jacket.
Hey, man. You got to stand out, do his job, let him shine.
Dude was in The Hills Have Eyes.
You guys seen Dexter? Nice.
Yep.
Yeah. Some
You
of
know
it.
when the blood splatter guys, they just roll up, just like chilling to the crime scene. I always got a
Yeah.
kick out of that. Just like,
So I never understood, like, was it CSI was like that, too?
hey, we're just chilling here. And everybody else has a uniform and stuff, but I came in my pajamas, just gonna check out pictures of some blood, bounce out of here.
Look at that outfit. She looks like the blue girl in Willy Wonka flick.
Yeah, there's a lot of blue
Violet
outfits.
Beauregard.
Yeah.
We're the Blackhawks doing security.
I love that OCP has a semi-Nazi banner.
Yeah, they did that on purpose.
Yeah.
It's the same reason why they walk that way.
Yeah. I guess that is
they walk
true.
like Nazis. Yeah, that's a good point. Because a lot of the video, you see that Hitler and all those
Yep.
guys, they're all walking like that.
Yep.
That's a good point. We broke the code.
I thought I hinted at it before, but
Look at that. Hey, that you can tell this is 1990 because the handicapped guy had to sit in the back. See, he's up there all by himself.
Sorry, Stumpy, you gotta sit up there.
There's no ramps.
Yeah, gotta fend for yourself back in the days,
Yeah. They're gonna build back better.
oh, fuck you.
It seems like the same thing as this, man. It's
Yep.
Every decade is the same.
unfortunately,
talking
some
about
of it
in
may
the
come
90s.
true.
It all
Like-
will.
This may the Green New Deal's gonna build a new Detroit. And it's not unlike what a lot of things happen in a lot of cities all through the 90s and the early aughts. They all built up their cities.
Every citizen will have a living unit.
Sounds like corporate communism to me.
Right?
They'll own nothing.
Bad
They'll
things
have no
organized by
privacy,
them.
and they'll love it.
Yeah.
That's where it's
No,
going.
those are all the movies that don't play no more on TV and shit that you don't see any. It's weird,
They,
right?
they don't do anything to. They don't do anything to criticize corporations anymore.
Nope.
It's very, very rare. Like The Boys kind of does that, but it's really kind of making fun of Disney, which is Amazon's,
Right.
competitor. But it takes some jabs at Amazon too. But they sneak it in there. I can't really think of anything else.
Yeah, I mean, we had in like the 2099 universe in Marvel, they had like Alchemex and they had Stark Yucca's. I can't remember the name of it. It was a Stark Nakamura or something like that, and that was supposed to be bad. Like they had these semi ruling corporate entities in that, but like mainstream like movies and shit like that, I can't think of anything after like 1990 that took jabs at corporations and stuff.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's a great scene. Ooh, nice gun. 50 caliber sniper rifle. That literally takes 50 cal shells.
Oh no, he created red ooze.
It's bootleg Kool-Aid.
They don't want turtles anywhere near that.
Ketchup is deadly.
Robocop 2 sitting there like, man, is that tangerine flavored? That looks good. Give me that shit.
Fuck your model.
He wants to destroy it. How cute.
Yes, scientist, your robot went wrong. How shocking. They never seem to learn this lesson back in the 80s.
No.
Try after try after try.
He presses armed.
Mm.
Damn.
Explosive rounds. Those are fun.
Hey, the cops are actually dressed like SS officers.
Yep. Well, those are security
nice-
guards.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they
Why
would
do
be
you, why do you
security
think
guards.
that everybody keeps saying they sound like bad guys from movies?
So that's in the Terminator versus Robocop game, which came out around this time. You actually get that gun that he's holding in it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a great game. It's on Sega Genesis, Sega CD, I think.
Damn. Nice shot.
Let's see who did the stop motion on this.
I gotta say, they definitely learned their lesson from the first one. Remember how the other one couldn't go down the stairs?
Yeah. I wonder if that was kind of what they were trying to do, like showing him walking up those stairs, if that was like a jab at the first one.
That was hilarious. I
They gotta-
died when I saw that scene again.
Yeah.
I was dead. I was like, oh, this is brilliant. It's disappointing that they don't have him partner up more in this movie.
They don't have what?
They don't partner up more during this movie. They had like that one scene, and that's about it.
Those effects were cool.
Oh, okay. So Phil Tippett Studios did the
Like a fucking cartoon.
So Phil Tippett Studios did the stop motion. You don't know who Phil Tippett is? He's a guy. He worked under Ray Harryhausen, and he did a lot of the technical and some of the stop motion stuff that was going to be done for Jurassic Park.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he did a lot of stop motion in the 80s.
Wasn't that the guy that did the skeleton stop motion thing from those old movies? Like the old world or something?
No, that was Ray Harryhausen. But he moved into visual effects later because he kind of saw the writing on the wall. You know, he did stop motion for Return of the Jedi. He did all that, you know. He did the AT-ATs, you know, in the beginning of Empire Strikes Back.
Wonder if they would have carried on with stop motion, how advanced that could have gotten.
They still do it, and now, in a way.
Yeah.
But he did the dragon in Dragon Slayer.
Dragon Slayer.
You never see that movie? Dragon looks awesome in it, Mark.
I'm gonna check that out. I don't think
Yeah.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, it's a good flick.
Mm-hmm.
It's really dated, but it's the stop motion on the dragon is fantastic. One of the best looking dragons on film.
Right on. I'm gonna add this to the list.
Yeah, you like it's fantasy flick. So
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Hey, it had Palpatine in it.
yep,
Right on. I'll
he
check
plays
this out.
he plays like this religious heretic guy. This really crazy religious guy.
I'll write this one down. It looks cool.
Yeah, it's the only Disney movie that had titties in it.
Oh wow. I love that. This could look bad for OCP.
It's before marketing was a PR was a thing.
Yeah.
Gotta make sure you sleeve that up. I like this. He never runs out of ammo.
Yeah. That's all that chest is. It's just energy for, to keep him going and ammo.
I mean, those Gatling guns go through
Thousands.
ammo.
Yeah.
Like in a second, you can burn through it.
Literally turn concrete into gravel.
Yeah. Well, when I was in the Navy, we had a system called the Sea Whiz, which had one of those, and we would handle the ammunition for it. And it was literally designed. Oh, her leg would get blown off.
Yeah.
So it was literally designed when a missile was coming at it, would just fill just a beam of lead to take it out. And it was designed. The computer system was designed. It would destroy the missile, and it would track the biggest chunk and keep shooting it out until it's completely dust.
That's badass.
Yeah, and it just goes brrr. You hear that sound. Everybody goes, "Oh, it goes brrr." That's Gatling gun.
Oh yeah, so it's got like the same cannons as like the A10 then.
Wait,
Yeah,
they had this.
Vulcan cannon.
They had this thing all the whole time, and nobody thought about jumping in it.
Yeah.
See, now I'm like you, Passion.
Yeah. And the nuke goes off and everybody dies from radiation poisoning. I did it. Now this is how you handle like a woman in a heroic position and doing so. She did something very heroic, like, oh, I stopped him.
Yeah.
She wasn't like super, she didn't jump on top of it, do 5 flips.
Nobody stopped and applauded.
Yeah, right. Women, and they didn't do a heroic pose with all of them lined up.
She didn't lecture Robocop about how he should have thought
Yeah.
about it first.
Like, don't you ever talk about my hair again, you son of a bitch. Shit.
Robocop needed to tell her she needs to smile more.
Yeah, that too.
And then she breaks his arm.
It's such a terrible design, though, on that robot.
Yeah. It's too much.
Well, we were just talking about the figure that they have. Apparently, the hip design is just weak as hell, and it snaps.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know who designed. Probably Frank Miller did. I don't know. He probably came up with a better design, I bet.
Yeah. This looks way too busy.
Yeah. Well, he'd probably have like Wolverine claws on it. It'd have a samurai sword. Scars and crosses all over it.
Yeah.
And it'd be a ninja.
Yeah, and it would definitely be a ninja.
He's got the ooze.
It's kind of cool. That they literally used the model. Like they didn't stop motion that.
Oh yeah.
Power.
It's the Kool-Aid Man now. Yeah. Robo Kool-Aid Man. Look out. Low rent Robocop. So that looks good.
Yeah. It's for
Still
the
looks
time that
pretty
it came
goddamn
out.
solid,
It
yeah.
still actually looks pretty good.
Hey, we're watching Robot Chicken.
Well, it's believable because he's a robot. The little jittering in the stop motion.
Yeah.
It's believable because they're robots. So
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And good thing the actor always moved like that, you know.
here you go.
Yeah, fist him, Robocop.
I love this part. This is my favorite part in the whole film. What he does, he's like, part coming up. Goodbye, smash. Just to make sure.
Yeah, man. No sympathy.
That's
That's the end of that.
that's me watching the hard line.
Stop lying, you don't watch it.
Yeah, I'm saying.
You're fired. Yeah, you might be right about the hands and the Nazi thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, Kiss Ass #1, what do you think?
I think we should.
Blame the women for this.
The average white guy looks like Hunter Biden. Probably smokes so much crack.
I'd say this is another successful experiment, guys.
Let's try it again
Yes.
for the
You know?
third time.
Look, if it all goes to shit, Robocop will just save the day again.
Instead of like, why don't they just reprogram RoboCop? Take him in. We gotta do software upgrade. Boom.
Yeah, but he's got this pesky thing they call humanity.
Oh, that's
They want
right.
a full robot.
But in the first movie, they were able to program him with secret shit.
Yeah, but he overcame his programming.
Oh, he
Dude,
walks
still
right
with his
over.
hands crossed like that.
I think that's what it is. I think Sim's right.
Yeah.
And then she they started doing
Notice
conditioning.
he's wearing red.
Yeah.
They did conditioning a bit like Clockwork Orange, and now it worked.
Wearing like Republican colors. I don't
Irvin
think so.
Kershner.
You're like, well,
That's
another-
RoboCop 2.
Yes,
It is.
that is officially the end.
So what do we all think? What everybody think?
Some good action, but it's not as good as the first one. I think they missed opportunities having them do more partner stuff.
Yeah.
Their friendship and their little bond is what sells the first one.
That's true. That's true. Brings out the humanity in RoboCop. I think that this movie had a lot of really good ideas, and I think it had a lot of really great moments. But I don't think that it had the same impact, and I don't think that it had the same what's the word? The same feelings that you get out of the first one. But I think overall it's still pretty solid. I still put it up there with the first one. I don't think that it's necessarily worse than the first one.
It's not
As,
the same. They're very different.
Yeah, But I think that the idea that the movie is just one big cynical joke against Hollywood, I think that more than makes up for any shortcomings. The whole idea that RoboCop 2 is a failure because of the corporate meddling and stuff like that, of all of the moms who are like, why can't he be nicer? He should do something like this. He should speak out for the environment. I think that that alone, I think
Hmm.
sells the movie for me.
It was fighting censor itself.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of people don't remember. You guys are probably a little too young. When the first one came out, it actually got a rated X rating
Yep.
I did
for the
not know that.
violence. Yes, they had to recut the movie several times, and this was
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
because of especially the scene when he first gets shot up by the guys. If you ever seen the Yuck Hunt version of it, even now it's pretty graphic. He gets his finger shot off in his arm and all this. It's really, really graphic. And there's other scenes in that movie that are really so that during that time everybody had a hard on over, violence, and they wanted to cut it down. I think, you bring Frank Miller in there, he's going to go ultra violence, because if you read the actual script, there was quite a bit of violence in it. And they were going to go like, no. So they wanted to tame RoboCop down. And you look at the remake, that was PG-13, was it not?
Yep.
And this movie still got an R rating.
Yeah.
And I believe this one actually was really close to not making it either. And that's why a lot of the changes, I think, were made to tone it down.
The RoboCop or the
Well, I
RoboCop.
think that was another thing too, where you're like, yeah, I had a kid in there. That'll soften the movie up. And then literally Frank was like, let's make the kid the bad guy. You want a kid in the movie? Fine.
Let's
make all the kids horrible in the film.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. They were thieves and punks and
drug users and drug pushers.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think the amount of drug use, especially in the 80s, at the climate of the 80s with crack and stuff like that, I think that was probably a big factor in getting it an R rating too. That's, with whole Nancy Reagan with Mr. T saying, just say no, and
this movie,
like, yeah, and they're
those
just
years
like
were going away. But
yeah, well, yeah, but I mean, the crack epidemic was, it's still going on, I think, but coming off the tails of that and having them have like a literal case where they can open it up and then detach and then just gently inject, that the ease of it and the nonchalant, like, oh, hey, drugs, like there's tons of drugs everywhere. I think that was probably a big factor.
what do you think, Michael Beacon?
Yeah, it was a pretty crazy movie. Pretty fun to watch. Especially the baseball, the t-ball team.
Yeah, that's that's actually great. I love how the coach just pulls up guns, starts shooting at the cops.
Yeah,
I love that shit. It's like,
Starts reading Miranda rights to the corpse.
yeah, that was a good moment.
That whole scene's fun. Yeah, and then they goes to the arcade, and all the kids like, I'm willing to bet that's probably what happened. Like, we got to put more kids in the movie. We got to make RoboCop about the kids, and it's R-rated film, right? And then they just made kids the freaking worst in that movie. It's one of those movies is like the worst kids.
Yeah. Well, that actually kind of makes it. When you have a kid in a movie, generally speaking, people are just like, I fucking hate that kid. Even with like The Sixth Sense, there are people who are like, I could have used.
There's few characters like people like Ralphie from Christmas Story.
Right. Sure.
There's certain kids that like Home Alone. They like him.
People like Mighty Ducks and stuff like that. But if you just have like a token kid in there, like I think a lot of people didn't like Iron Man 3 because of the kid that was in there too.
That was
thought
totally
that was
Disney
okay.
too.
But there was so much wrong with that movie in general. But people usually hate kids. So Frank Miller, I think, was like, yeah, let's just make him the bad guy. I don't think he did it for that specific purpose, but I think that people don't mind the kid in this movie so much because he's pure evil and swears a lot.
I think he did it on purpose. You should hear some of his interviews about him writing this movie.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, he has no qualms talking about how the first script he made it so outlandish, and because they like begged him to do it, they paid him a lot of money. He really didn't want to do it, so they paid him, and then he did this outlandish script. And they're like, no freaking way. And then they brought in the other script writer, and they started changing it, making it more Hollywood. And he didn't, he just came up with these really dumb ideas. And they started putting them in the movie, like kids, bunch of baseball teams, knocking over an electronics store.
Oh, great. I wish they would have done a little bit more on the commercial stuff. The first RoboCop had a lot more of the commercials, like Nuke, the board game, and stuff like that. This one had a handful of them, and they were all pretty good. The skin cancer, or the skin block that causes skin cancer, is probably my favorite. But they didn't have
kind of a Verhoeven thing, though. That's kind of his thing in those kind of movies. Like Starship Troopers probably has the best kind of things like that. With the want to learn more.
Exactly. Yeah,
those are great. And
I don't know if Starship Troopers 2 continued with that. But that's one of the things that I like about Starship Troopers and the first RoboCop, I guess, was the interruptions to show you like that little bit of world building. It's just a little bit, and they're only a few seconds, but they go a long way. With RoboCop 1, we learn that America is involved in like fighting wars in the communist countries in South America and stuff like that.
Which was true at the time.
Yeah, but it had escalated to like this huge degree. I mean, you ask the random person on the street, have we ever had troops in Costa Rica or something like that? Nobody knows who the Sandinistas are. Nobody knows who, barely anybody knows who even Chavez and Maduro are. And that's a huge deal right now. It's been a huge deal for a few years, but for that period in time, it was like predictive, of like an expansion of the wars and stuff, or the American influence in South America. But it expanded into that world. Like, okay, well, things have gotten worse. Things have gone farther, and it's interesting. Like, I would have liked to see more of that in RoboCop 2, but it's like I said, it still works as a pretty solid movie in general.
I think it does what a sequel should do. Like, you need those basic tenets. Does it expand on the original? Is it something different enough? It's not a complete carbon copy, and I don't think it's really that. Unfortunately, they didn't bring the whole team back who had done the previous film, so I think that shows. And it ups the scale. It expands the universe a little bit.
Yeah.
That's what you want in a good sequel. I think it does that pretty well.
Surprises you too.
Yeah. I think it does that pretty well. Is it a great sequel? No, I don't think it is. Personally, I don't think it's. There's a lot of other like smaller sequels that are better. Personally, I like Bill and Ted's second movie. Movie's just as good as the first one in my mind.
I think it's actually it's personally, in my opinion, it's better. Yeah. But you're definitely right on that.
Bogus Journey.
Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back. I think it's as good as A New Hope, and
Terminator 2 is one of those movies that a lot of people tend to look at as better.
Yeah.
And that was 1990. 1990-ish.
Yeah, I think it was 91 or 92.
Aliens.
Yeah. Aliens.
Cameron was really good at making good sequels.
That's true. He was. That's true.
I can't wait for Titanic too.
There you go.
Yeah, I can't wait for Alita Battle Angel too.
Yeah,
that'll be interesting. Are they actually going to do that? Has that been confirmed?
But they're trying.
Okay. I'd like to see a Dread 2. That's never going to happen, but I'd love to see a Dread 2.
They thought that there was talk of doing a Netflix series with the same actor, but it kind of never went through, I guess.
Yeah, for the first couple of years after that movie came out, it kind of hit cult status, but it just kind of petered out after a little while.
But I don't like when they decide to revive cult classics. That usually does not work well.
Well, that's what they're talking about doing now. There's a guy that I can't remember his name. He wanted to do a Robocop where it undoes Robocop 2 and 3 and just picks off where Robocop 1 leaves off. And
Yeah, they were gonna do another Alien movie like that too, where it picks up right after 2, Aliens, and goes at the guy who did District 9 and that really the other bad movies, Chappie and all that stuff, which is just Short Circuit. That guy's takes 80s stuff.
overrated.
Overrated.
I'm not a huge fan of District 9. I've never understood why that movie has reached
The
the level.
guy, the guy makes the movie not fun.
Yeah, it's just Alien Nation.
The character is so annoying. You just want him to die. You just I can't stand this fuck. Like kill him. So like the movie just loses me.
Yeah.
He was good as Howling Mad Murdoch in the 18 movie. That's an underrated movie. I really like the 18 movie.
I don't think I've actually seen that one.
Yeah.
It had me up until the part with the tank, but the rest of the movie's pretty good.
That's great.
It's so silly, but
Yeah, it's completely stupid and retarded. What a movie adaptation of a silly and retarded
it's
TV
true.
show should be.
like they had all these guns and they
Come
never
on,
shot
Rampage
anybody.
Jackson as Mr. T's character. That alone should tell you everything about the movie.
I liked it. I thought they had what's his
it's
face's face. They had Liam Neeson as Hannibal. The dude from District 9 was Howling Mad Murdoch. The guy who played Mr. T, I don't know.
Yeah, it's Rampage Jackson, so MMA fighter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's a good choice, and I thought it was a cool flick.
Yeah, it's fun.
As a fan of A-Team, I thought it honored it very well.
Definitely.
See, the greatest sequel of all time is Rambo 3. Because there's a standoff between a tank and a helicopter, and they play chicken.
Yes.
And that's the end of the movie.
It might be the greatest scene ever.
It's so over the top. It's so ridiculous.
true
I didn't realize
masterpiece.
at the time. The first time that I had seen it, I didn't realize that he was working with the Taliban.
Oh, yeah.
The whole movie, he's working with the Taliban.
That was a big deal back then.
Yeah, I was watching it, and I was watching it because I was going to watch Last Blood. It was right when Last Blood had come out. I bought the entire collection, and I burned through every movie before I would watch. I watched Last Blood. So I'm sitting and watching Rambo 3, and they're talking about like the Mujahideen, and I just can't I kind of sat there. I'm like, man, I know that for some reason. And I Google it. I'm like, oh shit, that's the Taliban. This is Afghanistan. This is the fucking Rambo's working with the Taliban.
Well, it's that we created the Taliban.
Yeah. Well, that's
There's
what,
literally
that's what it
pictures.
was.
There's literally pictures of Ronald Reagan sitting in the White House with the Taliban.
Well, that's the thing with Rambo 3. It was
crazy
one of those
80s.
movies that worked with the U.S. government to kind of, elevate. Like Top Gun was one of those movies that they
Top Gun's
helped
great.
make.
That should definitely go on the list.
That's a good
Top Gun?
movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw Top Gun in the chat.
My wife hates that movie. Hates it, and then she hates it because she thinks it's disgusting that the teacher slept with the student. She's like, I can't believe that woman would be that taken by a student. It's disgusting. She's
It's
absolutely
fucking Tom Cruise.
That's what I
Yeah.
keep telling her. I'm like, he's slick. Look at him. He's a pilot. I'd fuck him.
And he has a motorcycle. And
Yeah.
Used to happen more than you think.
Yeah, man, he serenades her.
That's what I'm saying. In the bar, I'm
So
like,
he's
think
got-
about
he's
if I
got
did
all
that
the
to
moves,
you.
man.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was like. I think about if I did that to you, and she just looks at me. I'm like, all right, don't think about if Tom Cruise in 1984 did that to you. I specified 1984 because if it's anything after like Days of Thunder, then it's like crazy Scientologist Tom Cruise.
look, Tom Cruise is one of those actors. I put him in those. He's always good in whatever he's in, but he's not always good. He's not always in everything he's in is not always good.
Right.
So I think he always delivers the performance he's supposed to. He hits his marks. He does stuff when he gets in a movie where he can act. Like what was that, Magnolia or whatever he was in? He's actually a good actor.
He's
But-
very talented.
He just does these dumb movies that just like, no, we don't want your acting. We want Tom Cruise. running for
Hey
2
man, The
hours.
Mummy was
Oh.
awful.
Oh, that was such a bad movie.
I haven't seen it.
It
All right,
it
guys.
tanked specifically because they accidentally released the trailer early, which was fucking hysterical. I don't know if you guys have seen that, where it's
Oh,
just
the one
literally,
the one with the no audio.
yeah. It's literally Tom Cruise just yelling at nothing. It's hysterical. That killed that movie, but then people actually went and saw it, and it was still pretty bad, and that put the final bullet in the head.
Yeah.
So
Well, we're gonna put a final bullet in the head of this show.
there you go.
Thank you
Very
for
good
joining
idea.
us, everybody. You can catch us tomorrow on the hard line. All the links for everybody's projects and everything are in the description and also in the chat. Join us next week right here on the Watch Along stream. I'll drop the poll for the movie of the week probably around Thursday-ish. So you guys can vote on what we will watch next. And catch us Friday on the Pimp Your Project stream. We're going to be doing a little late night, 11:15 p.m. Eastern. It'll be me, Sim, some other creators. It's going to be fun.
Cool.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Peace.
Later.
Peace.